think we're live. Let me check. Alright, we're live. What up, everybody? This is episode 14 of Broken Controllers. This is your host, BTJ Inferno here. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Irish1620. What's up, man?
What up, what up?
This week we are talking about, it was actually a pretty quiet week here. Irish, let's make sure that we can hear you here. Okay, we can hear you here. Okay, we're not echoing good. Alright, so we got, it was actually a pretty quiet week here, but we got some pretty big stories to talk about. Microsoft is talking about making a cheaper streaming version of the Xbox Scarlett, treyarch is getting themselves into a little bit of trouble. So let's jump right into it. Irish, what are you playing this week here?
Destiny still. Trying to get caught up with all of that good fun stuff.
Jumping into that Destiny action, huh?
Yeah, I fell pretty far behind, so I got a lot of catch up to play.
What's your light level this week?
I am sitting at a flat 691 right now. My highest piece is 697. The Rose hand cannon. Working on trying to get that new exotic that they released.
Okay, so that in a nutshell is my problem with Destiny. I don't like that every single time that I complete a mission and I get an exotic gun of some sort, it's a hand cannon. I can't stand it. Like, I hate hand cannons as is, and like, they released that quest to go get Ace, and I got like to the point where you have to get like, 25 headshot kills with a hand cannon, or whatever it is, and it was brutal, dude. Like, I hated it. I hated every second of it. So I just gave up on the challenge, and I was like, you know what? Not today. I'm not gonna do that. Not right now. And then I just never got back to it. I'm gonna turn off this light here.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've seen what I've got going on. If you want to pop up my stream real quick.
Yeah, I can. Go ahead.
I can show you here real quick. I've got a lot of the exotics, and I still need to, like I said, get caught up and hunt for more.
I gotta get my set. Go ahead.
I got Crimson, I've got Vigilance Wing, I've got Chaperone, Huckleberry, Ace of Spades, Jade Rabbit, Cold Heart, Graviton Lance, Skyburner's Oath, Hardlight, Borealis, Polaris Lance, Whisper of the Worm, The Colony, Sleeper Stimulant, Worldline Zero, Thunderlord, and then I've got the shotgun that I'm still working on, the raid shotgun.
Which one is the shotgun now?
Legend of Acarus currently, but I need to go and do a bunch of raid work with it to get it actually fully powered up and leveled up. But once it's fully leveled, it does like a spread shot, like really nasty spread shot.
Yeah,
and it'll drop crowds of freaking
Yeah, I wish I would have put more time into Destiny early on when it was still new. It's an expensive game now. Definitely. Like, $20 here and $20 there over a course of time isn't that bad, but all of it all at once, that's a little bit more intensive. It's a little bit harder to afford. So I have to wait for it to go on sale for certain DLC and stuff like that. But is that it?
pretty much, yeah. I mean, and then as far as mobile, been getting down more on the freaking Pokemon Rumble Rush. Also just picked up that new Tempin. Yeah, it's like a Capcom, I do believe, card game.
Oh. How is it? Is it free to play? I would assume that's free to play, right?
Yeah, it's free to play. I haven't really messed with it yet. I was actually gonna go taking around on it later this evening and check it out.
Yeah,
It
see,
looks good though.
I'm kind of spoiled when it
But I
comes
mean,
to.
reading through the reviews, I didn't see much good, to be honest.
I'm kind of spoiled when it comes to card games, because I mean, I didn't play Hearthstone and all that. I played Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh growing up. And
Yeah, it's you and I both, man. We're that gen.
well, it's like, why am I gonna spend hundreds of dollars on these card packs? Excuse me, kicking over my bottle here. um, why am I going to spend hundreds of dollars on card packs when I can go out and get these physical cards for free? You know what I mean?
Straight up.
That's, I would much rather do that, and then I can collect these cards. And plus, to be entirely honest, like, these card games are done better than Hearthstone and better than animation throwdown, or whatever it's called. So, like, as far as these card games go, like, it's better than, what's it called, Gwent, So, like, if I'm gonna play a card game, I'm gonna play the card games that are really good and that have done this for generations, And I'm gonna have physical, in-hand things. So, I don't play the card games, card games too much.
Stupid. Sorry to interrupt. I choked up on something here.
You're good.
I screwed up. I screwed up my link. Had everything right except for my link. And I've been over here just like pumping it out, and then I stopped for a second, like, wait a second. Oh no. The link's broken the whole time.
But I didn't play as much as I would have liked this week. I didn't play as many video games as I would have liked. Now, let's start with the retro title. About as retro as you can get without going into the Atari era, and that's going to be Super Mario 3. I mean, not much to say there. Super Mario. Anybody that's watching this probably knows what Super Mario is. So, but I didn't play it that long. I played it for maybe 30, 40 minutes. Cleared the first world. Almost cleared the second. I forgot how amusing using the whistles can be in that game. Warping to World 8.
Yeah.
That's like, there's two whistles that I remember. One was the first world castle, where you fly up above the picture, and there's a door at the very end of the hallway, and then you go in there, and then you get a big chest, and it opens up a whistle for you. The second one that I remember was in the second world. You gotta get the mallet from one of the Hammer Bros. Break the rocks, go fight the other Hammer Bro, and that'll give you a whistle to warp again. The one that I did not remember about, there's 3 whistles in Super Mario 3, and I actually did not remember about this whistle. I went rounds with my mom and dad. I was like, this whistle doesn't exist, you guys are crazy. I swear, I could have swore this whistle did not exist. They were totally right. I YouTubed it, and you hold duck on one of the white backdrops. You drop behind the map, and then you run behind the black finish part of the level, and it takes you into another part of the level where you get another whistle to warp. So they actually have 3 whistles in this game, and they give you 3 different opportunities to warp. and give you the opportunity to work too late. I didn't do that.
Oh,
I got the first 2 whistles, and I was like, you know what? I'm done with this game. Which leads into my next game, which was Super Mario Maker 2. Now, I picked this game up for full price. I went and traded in a bunch of games for it, a bunch of Switch games. The game itself is fun. I had a lot of fun with the game. I'm having a lot of fun with the game. I continue to play it. There's something oddly satisfying about making a successful Mario level and then being able to play through that while still experiencing a challenge, not being able to fly through the whole level. The biggest problem with it is I haven't found how to place regular coins throughout the map. I know there's a way to do that, but because I downloaded a map that allows you, the whole premise of the map is collect 20 coins, get to the finish line. I downloaded the map, but then I got rid of it because I realized there was no way to beat the mission. And that's kind of like one of the other big problems with this game. The people that make the maps, you know, they'll do stuff like, you know, this is the problem with some of the people in the gaming community, and I'm not going to say this is everybody because it's not, and that would be incorrect and untrue, but a large part of people, especially the people who think they're hilarious, they'll make a map that's like either A, either unbeatable, or B, there's hundreds of blocks or tubes that'll kill you. You know, I did make a map where if you go down one tube, it'll kill you. But that's the only tube in the entire map that does that. If there's one tube, that's one thing. But if you're going to put like 99 tubes up there and 98 of them kills me, I'm not going to play your map. You know what I mean? And so like finding a good map that is just something to run through and have fun with, and that still has a solution that's beatable, it's far and few in that game. You know what I mean? And then they do a thing where when you upload a map, you have to do a clear run. So what you'll do is you'll run through and you'll clear it one time, so then you can upload the map, right? And then it'll tell you you have to clear this map one time. Once you upload the map, you can edit it as you please. So if you want to take away the things that made that map beatable after it's uploaded, you can do that, and then it automatically saves your changes to the game. So you still can't, like, even if they've cleared it, you still can't beat the game, or you still can't beat the map because they took out the things that made it clear. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of a bad thing, bad side to it. I'm getting all the bads out of the way first, and then we'll get the good side of the way. The other thing is it's not true to the Super Mario games as a whole. So Super Mario World, you know, you had that little square that held a reserve, you know, mushroom, flower power, or feather, and then in that instance that you'd get hit and you'd go to Mini Mario, you could grab whatever thing you had in your reserve, and then that would be like another way to keep you from getting hit, or to keep you from dying. They got rid of that. That's not in Super Mario Maker for Super Mario World.
You good?
Excuse me. Sorry, my controller turned off, so I had to make sure.
Same here.
I wasn't doing something stupid.
Super Mario.
It says battery discharge. Hold on, yeah. Sorry.
So many places to promote. Almost at the bottom of that list, though. I need to do more work in a bunch of these Discord channels because there's quite a few of them I still don't have permission to promote, self-promote in yet.
There we go. I got my PlayStation like that. But anyway, So what I was saying was, they got rid of that. They also they were also for like Yoshi and stuff. It's like what I was explaining before the show. For Yoshi, if you put another Yoshi on the map and you crack another Yoshi egg, you get another Yoshi. You don't get an extra man. They got rid of the life system entirely, so you can just keep running and keep running and keep running. I get why they did that, because some of the stuff, some of these missions, some of these levels are extremely tough. But, with that said, you have to have some sort of risk-reward system. Now, I haven't played in story mode or whatever it's called, or whatever, story world, whatever it's called. Yeah, so they might have lives, and that might be more of a risk-reward situation. But I do know in the actual game itself, when you're running through people's maps, they don't give you a life system. So that's kind of a huge bummer. Kind of big, final and biggest thing for me, it doesn't stay true to the Mario lore as far as like what Yoshi eats. So if you eat a red shell in the old Super Mario Brothers, you can hit the same button that he would use to eat, and that would throw out fireballs. A green shell, you just spit it out and kill things. A blue shell, you'd get wings, and you'd be able to fly as Yoshi. You don't get that stuff in this. You don't have that ability. So that's kind of a huge thing. If you're gonna put Yoshi in there, give Yoshi what he's supposed to have. Plus sides. This game is really fun. Like I said, there's something oddly satisfying about building a map and being able to get through it and have a challenge. Me and my brother were playing it. We were taking turns building maps, seeing which one could build the harder map and then which one could run through it. One thing that's really cool is there's a lot of variety. Excuse me. So throughout this game, you get a lot of different turtles. You get Goombas. You get the Goomba boot from Super Mario 3 and Super Mario 1. Like I said, you get Yoshi for Super Mario World. You get Super Mario 3D World with New Super Mario Brothers U, which is co-op 1 through 4 for multiplayer. So there's a lot of really fun aspects to the game. You know what I mean? There's just small nitpicks and stuff that I have. Another good upside is they got leaderboards for certain courses. So popular courses would be up on the leaderboards. You can go challenge those scores and see if you can get on the leaderboard per score or per time. So that was a lot of fun. And then the other thing is there's different map types. So within Super Mario 1, 2, 3 World, 3D World, and Super Mario Brothers U, you also have different map types within those game types. So for instance, I'm building a map in Super Mario Brothers 3, a Bowser Castle right now. And the whole idea is to, at the end of the map, beat Bowser. So there's a lot of different challenges, availability to get a key, use your POWs correctly, your tubes, basically anything that allows you to add more puzzle aspects or speedrun aspects or platforming aspects. It gives you the ability to do that. So that's always something interesting to look at as well. Overall, I had a lot of fun with this game. There's not really a whole lot more to say about it other than if you like platformers, you like Mario Brothers, and you like Super Mario World, and you just like playing Mario Brothers, and you like building in Minecraft, because that's really what it is. You're building a level, and you like building. Go pick this game up. It's worth it. It's a lot of fun. There's some nitpicky stuff that Bombcast had to say about it, but overall, I thought it was really good, and I really don't have a whole lot of bad things, a whole lot of bad aspects to say about it. So, I'm about 90% of the way done with Kingdom Hearts. Now, when I say 90% of the way done, I mean 90% of the way done with trophies. Like, I'm done with collecting, not all the treasures. I'm done with collecting all the pieces. I'm done with collecting all the maps. I'm done with collecting all the nobodies and the heartless entries. I'm done collecting all the Ansem reports. I've done pretty much everything you can do, with the exception of all the missions. I have to get 5,000 points on a skateboarding match to get that achievement in there, that trophy. And then I have to get uh, an S rank on all EX routes, or on all, excuse me, on all missions, or on all routes an EX mission, an S rank. On, but an S rank on all routes for a mission, and that will give me that trophy. And then I will have Platinum Kingdom Hearts 2. And then I'm moving on to Kingdom Hearts 1, which is a completely different animal. I'll go ahead and Platinum that one, which is, that's honestly, the achievements for Kingdom Hearts 1 are way harder than for 2. Like, for instance, one of the achievements is complete the game without using a guitar. And then another part of the game is complete the game. It's called Unchanging Armor, and it's complete the game without changing your equipment set once. So that means you have to complete the game with the Kingdom Key. And then it's recommended to not get any equipment on you until the end of the game, so that you can put the best equipment on you, so that you're ready for the final boss fight against Riku.
Jeez.
So, yeah, that game's going to be a different animal entirely. I'm going to platinum all of those, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to platinum Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. So, it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of hours of Kingdom Hearts. Hopefully I'll have it done by the time I go to Disneyland, and then I can just take these games with me whenever I go and just play them while I'm down there. It'll be a ton of fun, So,
Heck yeah.
but so yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, a lot of fun. I played a little bit of Apex. It's Apex. I don't have the Battle Pass, so it's kind of like, I just play to play, have fun, you know. I don't really get mad or anything at the game, I just play to play it. And then I played Halo as well, which there's not a lot to say about Halo, it's competitive multiplayer. A lot of fun there as well, so. But that's pretty much it. You said you played something for Mobile Minute?
Oh, the Rumble Rush, they've moved on to a new place. Now it's Pincer Island, but you have access to all kinds of stuff that I've never even heard of, so I'm guessing it must be like possible leaks from upcoming Pokemon coming in a new game or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that is some obscure shit that I've never heard of.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty damn neat.
Heck yeah.
So, moving forward, let me get my head getting outlined up here. Industry news. So, like I said, it was a little bit quieter this week, but we got some stuff here. The headline this week is Microsoft releasing $60 to $100 console in addition to Scarlet. So this is going to be a possible streaming option. A lot of people think it's an extension of xCloud. Xbox has yet to confirm or deny this exists. So basically, here's the rule. There's a leak that says, hey, look, the Xbox is not going to release a more expensive version or a 1.5 version of Scarlet. They will, however, working on software to possibly release streaming options and not just xCloud. So, if this is a streaming option, my bet is that it's going to be something like Chromecast. You plug into your TV, they'll give you an Xbox controller or Xbox Elite controller with it, and You just go play it.
I mean, pretty legit.
That would be my guess. Did you read the article on this?
I've been looking it over, yeah.
So the article is on comicbook.com. It's written by Tyler Fisher. We talk about this guy all the time. He's always writing on comic book. It says, quote, Xbox is making its cheaper streaming-only console that will be pitched towards mainstream gamers who don't want a more premium-priced gaming console, end quote. So this leaves speculation open for xCloud's availability to customers. Basically, what? So my theory is, if they're going to offer a streaming option, the streaming option is going to be xCloud, and that's what they're going to offer. You know what I mean? And it's a lot like Stadia in a sense that they're going to stream to a certain device, and then they have that cloud that's available for console gaming. If that's the case, you're going to have to make dedicated servers for every game that you're offering on xCloud. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot to be said for what Microsoft can do in this next gen, with Scarlet coming out and then Stadia pushing the envelope with streaming, and then, I don't know if you listened to it, but did you listen to the Bombcast at Night, Bombcast where they were at the E3 press conferences and they asked the dude about Stadia?
No, I didn't hear that.
So he basically said like what about people with like me? I'm an avid video game player. I have consoles. You know, I don't need to worry about streaming, and I don't want to worry about burning up my bandwidth cap. What appeal do I have to buy one of your Stadia consoles at that point? And he said, well, if internet service providers are going to allow you to eat up that bandwidth, then they need to get in line behind everybody else, because internet service providers are going to do what they're going to do, and there's nobody that can change that. ISPs are going to do what makes them money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what somebody else was saying on another podcast. I can't remember which one. I'm so sorry. But, you know, ISPs are going to do what makes them money. They're going to get money. They're going to do what gets their pockets fat full of cash. You know what I mean? And like, you can't say that because the idea that like all these ISPs are going to get in line due to the fact that the bandwidth caps are going down or going up due to the fact that gaming is becoming a more prevalent source of entertainment.
On all fronts.
Yeah, on all fronts. Like, to say that ISPs have to get in line, like, you're dreaming, dude. You're talking about people who have some of the most money and the biggest power in the world. Like, you're crazy. Like, the video game industry isn't gonna move that. It's just not. You know, it's like the tariff situation. Letters aren't gonna help shit. The video game industry is not gonna move that. The video game industry is not gonna move this. Like, the ISP situation, like, it's just not. Like, there's just certain things that aren't going to change in our industry, you know, and that's one of them. So, I'm interested to see what xCloud does. If it's going to be a situation where you're downloading it, and that's what's going to be using your bandwidth, or if you're, like, you know, like Game Pass, or if you're going to be streaming like Stadia, and that's what xCloud would be. Interested to see where that goes. News continues. This might be something that you might be interested in, Irish. This isn't really something that I was interested in, but Final Fantasy
the Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, unlimited free trial.
Yeah, I was looking further into that, and I was honestly slightly disappointed.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, they have stipulations on it. New users only. Yeah, if you were in the beta program or previously active user, you can't activate the trial.
Well, that sucks.
So I was like, oh.
I was a previous user. And I was thinking about
Yeah.
checking this out.
Yeah, and I was in beta and previous user, so I got
5
two
minutes,
strikes on
dude.
me.
That's about what it took me to check out the game and then turn it off. Wasn't
Oh
for
man,
me.
I played the shit out of it when I had it.
A lot of people like that MMO style. Um, you can level up to 8 characters up to level 35. That's a lot of game time. Um, MMO leveling in any MMO is slow going. You're gonna get a lot out of it. However, like Irish was saying, your previous user can't go that route. I didn't know that. Honestly.
I mean, obviously you can go and, I'm sure, create new account, new username, new email, but you can't, go connecting anything existing
Yeah, that's
with
a
it.
rough. That's rough. That's actually. I never played this game, but a lot of people will probably be happy about this. Arkham Trilogy is coming to Xbox One and PS4. Did you play any of those?
Yeah, I've played, I want to say 2 of the Arkham series.
Arkham, probably Arkham Asylum and what, Arkham City?
Yep.
Yeah. The other one
I
was
haven't,
Arkham Knight, I think.
yeah, I haven't
Can't
played that
remember.
one, I don't believe.
It's
The
disappointing
newest
from what I
Arkham.
understood. But they're bringing that to the Xbox One and the PS4. So that's something to look forward to if you guys are into that series. Let's see here. Gears 5 is undergoing quote-unquote updates. um, so knowing that what you know about the cheaper streaming option for xCloud, if your internet can facilitate it, are you gonna get one of the streaming xCloud console things?
I mean, it sounds like it could be interesting. I wouldn't mind, being able to play all that on my 4K TV, without having to pay the excessive amounts for the full console.
So here's the
That's an
thing.
option.
Here's the thing. Like this cheaper option is gonna be appealing to a lot of gamers, right? People that really want to play these games.
Yeah,
Gears
because there's a
5
lot
is
of Xbox games that I can't play that I really would
right. Gears
enjoy.
5 being one of them.
Especially Forza.
Forza, that's another one. People love it. They're not able to play it unless you have Xbox. So there's a lot of appealing options for people now. Gears
Fable.
5.
That's like my all-time fave.
Gears 5 undergoing quote-unquote updates. This late in development is a serious problem. Like, it could be a serious problem for the game. Something that I have in my notes is high expectations. So, you're talking about taking a game that literally had a big part of making the Xbox 360 name and carrying over into the Xbox One. And you're updating the title, what is it, 4 months before release? 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's releasing in, I believe, October. So that's you're playing with fire, you know? Like,
Straight up.
that's not good. So, this late in development, it's not something to look forward to. Also, with new people coming in, you have a high bar to set. You're going to have people that have never touched this game before. You're going to have to explain where you are, why you're there, where people can go play the other games. There's a lot of things that you got to cover with this next series coming in, especially if you're talking about releasing another console. And I honestly don't think Epic's going to hit, or excuse me, sorry. I honestly don't think the Coalition's gonna hit it all. I really don't. Like, they got some big shoes to fill. We'll just leave it at that. So, hopefully Gears 5 can continue to thrive through the hard times. I mean, it did get a lot of Steam at E3, so there's that at least. So
It was a fun game, that's for sure.
Gears?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked good. I mean, it looked solid. I mean, looking at it, I mean, they had some really solid. They had a really solid showing up there, and they were able to really what's the word I'm looking for? Showcase what they're able to do with Gears 5 and what is my phone doing? Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Showcase what they're able to do with Gears 5 and the Xbox One moving forward. Obviously, it'll probably be on Scarlet, so you can expect that. So. You're probably going to be interested to hear about this. I was interested in it, at least. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 bug wiping accounts. So, this is everything. From paid content, cosmetic content, guns, characters, equipment, classes, like you name it, like it's getting wiped. The whole thing. Gone. Completely gone. Poof. Out of there. And
it's pretty scary. I was seeing that, and honestly, I wish I had the dang game right now so I could check my account
So,
and make sure it's not been messed with.
Here's the problem with this, okay? Like, here's my main problem with this entire situation. You're one of the biggest video game companies in the world. You're Activision. You helped build Bungie, or you helped build the Division, or the Division. You helped build Destiny. You've helped publish these games for years. You guys are aware of this problem. This is something that's affecting millions of players. Why is it not fixed yet? Like, you're talking about paid content. People are losing. Now, honestly, there's ways to rectify this. Obviously, you would offer in-game currency to go buy these options if they're available to you. Obviously,
well, I mean, to be honest with you, there's been a lot of things going on pretty wonky with content in the cloud lately. I mean, with the recent outage of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and others. Like, there was the day after that everybody else, all the big ones recovered, there was the iOS, or the Apple Store and shit started having issues. The whole Apple cloud, the iCloud, started having issues.
Right.
So honestly, I'm thinking that this is a targeted freaking act by hackers. And big companies are trying to keep it on the DL because nobody knows who, where, what's going on.
I don't know, man. I mean, treyarch. I mean, you're talking about a video game company. They specialize in software. I mean, treyarch is getting themselves in a lot of trouble lately, dude. You know what I mean? There's a big news last week that we didn't report on because it came out a little bit after the podcast did, and I just didn't want to focus on negative news last week. There's a story basically that was saying, a bunch of the workers were saying that the conditions at Treyarch, or was it Treyarch or Activision? I think it was Treyarch. Anyway, the conditions there at Treyarch were really unmanageable, and it was really hard to work there. And basically, they weren't allowed to come to the company safety meetings and the wellness meetings for the staff, and they weren't allowed to have input and suggestions to the company itself, and like it was just a mess. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
now with all this stuff happening with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, like Treyarch is starting to get some starting to have some serious issues. And the last time we saw something that had issues like this was Telltale, and we know where they are now. They're closed. They're not even a studio anymore. You know what I mean? They have that big nightmare about no severance and all that. You know, for the developers. Like if there's another mix up like that in the video game industry, we're gonna be hard pressed to find developers, which is why we need laws to protect these workers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we really don't have a lot right now. so
I don't know. Everything tells me from the things I've been seeing happen with the iCloud. I wouldn't doubt if they have some of these accounts backed up or stored on a cloud system, either through Google or otherwise, because we know that Google, just shortly before all of these other systems that are relying upon the clouds, Google Cloud in particular, Google was already having, known hack issues and was, having to try and cover up there. Well, now, oddly enough, we're seeing other things that are relying upon those same systems failing out weeks later, right? Or days, weeks later. So, I mean, I think this is your atypical hackers out there trying to freaking show, these large companies that, hey, you think your security's robust, it's really not. Check it, fix it here, or we're gonna keep coming at you.
I don't know.
And as far as technology has been going around and computers and everything, there's always been hackers there. They may seemingly be doing bad work, but ultimately it ends up doing good, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't know of these issues that need to be fixed and patched.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about wiping an entire account, I mean, that's entirely. I mean, that's harmful. You know what I mean? Like that's almost cyber terrorism.
Pretty malicious.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you're wasting people's money. You know what I mean? Like.
But then again, look at what happened with Sony and Xbox servers on Christmas a few years back. You know what I'm saying?
What happened exactly?
Oh, they killed the freaking servers with DDoS.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they straight shut them down.
Service, huh?
Oh yeah, hard.
How did they do that?
Well, they didn't do anything with the console. What they did is they took and they had I do believe it was a 100 gigabit connection, like router connection, and then masked IP to deceive their location and read as though that the attacks were coming from the international relay. You know about the international relay. It's like a giant router it's for handling the data packet relays from, between us and, Eurasia.
That's weird.
I never.
It's a thing, I'm sure.
They straight took their IPs, hijacked the IPs for, or clone the IPs rather, and then started performing the attack as though they were the freaking international fucking relay.
That's crazy, dude. It's crazy what the technology like it is.
Yeah, and it was just like a bunch of people, just kind of freaking ping nasty at the freaking router or at the servers from those IPs until the shit got shut down. And their main goal on that was to make a point, like spend time with your family, not these systems.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If the hackers able to do that, you focus in software, like your whole idea behind like a business is to build this software that's supposed to like protect, or well, not supposed to protect, but that's supposed to play off of the system. Like, you don't know how to build a firewall. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. People should spend more time on protecting the equipment that matters, I guess, is what is kind of what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, our protection isn't up to standards for the technology and the people, how good the people are nowadays that are able to
Yeah,
do
and
that
you know, really, it's really hard to overcome that. I mean, just yesterday, I got a phone call from some guy said, "This number called me." I'm like, "I've been at work the whole day. I haven't called anybody."
stuff.
Like, so somebody obviously went and used one of those applications that allows you to hijack other people's phone numbers and then call from them.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
So, I mean, like, there's so much possibility with freaking technology, especially how far it's gone, and, you know, trying to control every single person and what they're going to do with that potential. Have fun.
Yeah, no
People will
kidding,
be
dude.
people, you know, like,
No
and
kidding.
not everybody's good.
That's
Sad
exactly
truth.
that. That's the fact. That's the fact. No doubt.
And, you know, honestly, speaking in this day and age, the majority is freaking definitely far from.
Oh, no doubt. There's so many problems in this day and age, dude. Like, compared to where we were. I mean, life is better, don't get me wrong. Life is more comfortable. But there's more violence in this world, or it's more prevalent.
Yeah, the entertainment we're provided with is to keep us numb to the fact that shit is shit all around us.
Right.
Be more comfortable and okay with that.
Like I said, this is affecting everything, including cosmetics. There was no cause nor solution that has been suggested. The website this was written on, an article on comicbook.com written again by Tyler Fisher, states, quote, "It's been 48 hours since Activision and treyarch moved the issue to its priority list, yet a solution hasn't been dished out." So basically they're saying, hey, we know this is a problem, we don't know how to fix it. Sorry. Like, we just don't know. Basically, it's exactly what I said. You know, everything following treyarch's, you know, business situation, all the way to Black Ops 4, you know, and their developing situation, and now these problems with the bug. The last time we saw problems like this was Telltale, you know, and whether it's a hacker or not, they're in a lot of trouble. You know.
Yeah.
They're gonna start losing money. Like, and that's what's gonna happen. I already didn't buy Black Ops 4. I was considering it. I was like kind of there, but now hearing that this is happening, I'm good. You guys can keep your game. So
It's a sad day, man.
yeah, I'm interested to see what they do to pull out of this spiral. And this isn't really newsworthy. This is just something that I wanted to report on, just because I thought it was cool. And I don't know how many people play Breath of the Wild, but I know I do, and I enjoyed it. A Zelda Wind Waker village has been found in Breath of the Wild, reported by IGN. A quote on IGN.com says, "It's an almost exact replication of an entire village from The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker." I just thought it was really cool, and I thought we should maybe report on that, because it was one of those situations where it was like, oh, cool, they put like some sort of Easter egg in there. And my understanding is it was a pretty rough find. It wasn't easy. So, did you play Breath of the Wild?
It looks pretty interesting. I did a bit, yeah. I never found this.
Yeah, I never found that either. That's crazy. What am I handy dandy have?
I think that's the end there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's new releases, which we're kind of going to skip this week. I know any Super Mario Maker 2's out. Go pick that up. That's something you want to play. That's really it. Um, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us. I'm gonna keep asking you guys until we get it. I'm gonna keep bugging you guys about it. If you guys have any questions or want our opinions on everything, feel free to ask us. Irish, let's get out of here. Where can they find you?
Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, Irish1620. Instagram, Facebook, Irish1620.gaming.
Alright, awesome. And you guys know that you can find me at BTG Inferno on Twitter, BTG Inferno on YouTube, BTG_Inferno on Mixer, Broken Controllers on Facebook, working on an Instagram. When I go to Disneyland, I will have videos and stuff like that going up as well, so it won't all be video gaming this year. But that'll be September. And then aside from that, that's pretty much it. So that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for showing up for episode 14 of Broken Controllers, and we will talk to you next week. Later, guys.
Later. Have a good one, everybody.